If you guys can see, they give you enough slack for this. So we're going to plug in this one. This one's actually the actual module with the USB module to control it. And there's only one way to do it, so you can't mess this one up. So that one's in there, if you guys can see it, one connection. I know I have a lot of slack, but we're going to tie this up as soon as we get the GPU in there, all right? Secondary is actually, if you guys can see it, there's a little arrow in here. A little tiny arrow, and that's where you actually have to start. If you do it the wrong way, you might mess it up, all right? So it's 12 volts we're talking about. It's higher than 5 volts than normally a lot of fans work on, except for the high-end fans, right? They need actually extra power. On this one, the same thing. It's in there, if you guys can see it, and it's embedded and perfectly fine. We're also going to find the actual RGB lighting connection on this side, and just remember the arrow goes out, and it even tells you where to start. There's a little, they color in black, and that's pretty much where you need to start with, all right? And this one only goes one in way. There's no other way. There's only 4 pins, but you have to be precise on them because you can bend these there. So that's connected there. I don't like this. This is freaking awful, but we're gonna tie them up together. Right now we're gonna keep it as it is, but you know what? Let's go ahead and see if we could use the rubber band to tie it up. That's pretty much, like I said, 42%. 42%. So far so good. So this is a Corsair Crystal Series 280X tower. RGB lighting already included in there. They give you, let me talk a little bit more about this one. All the cables are included, of course. I already put a power supply in the back, ready to connect directly for those fans. They have a fan module, the hub, if you guys can see it, built in here. Not built in, but it's a Corsair hub. If you guys can see it right here. And this is for all the fans and LED lights on this part of it here too. You have to power that up. That's the only thing. Yeah, that's why this module's here, and these 2 power supplies are right here that you need to power these 2. One for the lighting, the other one's for the actual fans. So they do have connections, and these are the SATA power connections. In the back of it, there's plenty of room for a lot of stuff. Then this is where we're gonna remove this, and we're gonna put in the Xbox in the PS4 in the back. I was thinking about an Xbox or a PS4. We're gonna do the PS4 probably in the back, and it's gonna be 2-in-1 unit. Power supply, I might minimize this one depending on it. These are extra cases here. This is for mechanical drives. If you guys can see these right here, they give you, and these are for smaller SATA, 2.3. This is the 3.5, I believe, or 3.2 or something like that. Higher mass, right? So a lot of mechanical drives are cheaper, of course, so people still want to use this as a server. You can do that as an editing machine. It's just, and in the space of it, it's not that bad. It's all glass, embedded glass everywhere. It's a little dusty, of course. On the top of it, let me see if I could put the top of it a little bit more right here. There you go. Top of it, you got 2 USBs, audio, and then you have power and reset button here. And that's about it. I mean, there's not that much you can do on this one. One thing I do like about it is that they give you these removable magnetic strips for filters to clean it up for dust bunnies or anything like that. The size of it, let's go ahead and do this. The size of it is about, I would say, under 15 inches, around 13 and a half, right? And then let's see, width, well, including the fan, will be around 14 and a half too. 14 by 14. It's not bad. This one's because we're including the glass over here. 13 and a half by 14 and a half, right? 13 and a half. I'm sorry. 13 and a half. Yeah, 13 and a half by 14 and a half. So not that much space because in fact, when you buy this machine, you guys got to be careful on that, because let me bring in a motherboard. This is an Asus motherboard. This is an Intel one. There's no room for it. Look at this. This is the mock-up one I always use for. There's no room for these kind of towers, these kind of machines. So make sure you don't buy. You have to buy only certain brand of motherboards. Not every motherboard is gonna fit, or you kind of have to buy a whole new tower. To be honest with you, there's one. There's almost to theirs too. I'm gonna move all the cables to one side for now. And these cables are freaking sloppy, but that's how they came in, to be honest with you. I didn't remove anything. They're still tied down a little bit. Here's the motherboard. I'm gonna move this to the back a little bit so you guys can see it. It's going in already. I'm eyeing it first, and it seems like it's going in, and that's it. So we got it married in there, if you guys can see it. There's a couple screws that you need to install, so that's the next thing we're gonna do. And luckily, the box the actual case does come with a couple of screws. They give you a lot of screws, actually. They even give you zip ties too, and set up the memory first. Let's go ahead and put the memory, all of the memory. So I have 4 of these sticks right here, and these are PCL 8 gigs a piece. The video card, we're gonna put a awesome video card. This is for rendering, and you know, you could game in VR on it. It's a Radeon VII. It has a bunch of different inputs if you guys can see it. DisplayPort, HDMI. Unfortunately, a lot of these machines don't have the mini Type C. Only if it's a newer 2080 Ti, they're coming with them. This is a very noisy video card, to be honest with you. So, and put my big fat head in there real quick just so I could line it up with the. I don't want to mess it up. This is because the clip's on here. If you guys see the clip, yeah, that was easier. Okay, so we got that. So we're gonna do cable management maybe some other time. Right now, I just want to get it up and running right now. Turn it on. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is the same one. So it turned on. One of the cables is hitting, so we're gonna do cable management, of course. So it's turning on correct. All the lights seem like it's working. It turns off the first time. You gotta wait for a second and then it comes on. But so far, it turned on. We got a successful turn. There it is. Yeah, it boots up twice. You have to wait. When you turn it on, it boots up twice. And she came to life. Yes, that's correct. So right now I'm looking at see if it has any arrow. Oh shit. If you have any arrows, it will show indicated on the light right there in red. But there's nothing in red right now. So the next thing is I'm gonna do is cable management on this one. So this is pretty much almost done. I just gotta go in there, plug it in. All 3 fans, I can see all fans are working. And that's about it. If you guys like what you see, make sure you guys subscribe. I'm your host, Prophet74, and thank you. I will be back later. I'm out.